solid waste disposal and going out to an RFP. I can read it off. It says authorizing the drafting and issuance of the RFP for solid waste disposal services in the city of Pacific.
Good evening. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions.
Questions from council? Councilmember Kay.
One, I don't agree with going to RFP at this time. I think it's premature. Let's provide, I guess it's nice that we have something in writing in case we move in this direction. But there's some things that the committee needs to discuss with the mayor and staff before we move in this direction.
Want to speak to that?
It wasn't a question. Yeah. Is there something you want me to say?
I guess not. I mean, Councilmember Jones.
Unfortunately, Councilmember Kay wasn't present during the discussion.
But we can't talk about what happened in the executive.
But I'm just saying that some of his information. But the I just think at this time it's beneficial that we take this step back and do the RFP. I don't believe that in the long run it will be beneficial to the city.
Councilmember Walker.
By approving this doesn't set a specific time frame, right? We're just authorizing the RFP, and the solid waste committee can go back and meet with mayor and staff before they done.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, if you authorize this, the RFP will be drafted up, and if you like, it can come back to you for, review and approval of the RFP. And the RFP is going to have a date in it for return of responses, and set a schedule.
And who's drafting the RFP?
It hasn't been decided at this time.
I think we would do that with our attorney and probably public works manager. We haven't really fleshed that part out.
But one thing I'd like to point out is it's the last paragraph in the agenda bill, and that is that state law says that at the end of the process, the city has to make written findings after holding a public hearing that it's in the public interest to enter into the contract with the selected vendors, that the contract is financially sound and is advantageous for the city to use that method for awarding contracts compared to other methods. So I think that language, is pretty broad and encompasses the RFP process.
I would recommend that we pass this, or my feeling is that we pass this, but we don't start on the RFP until the solid waste committee has an opportunity to meet with staff and the mayor to at least set out their guidelines for what their thoughts are for RFP.
Given that our current franchise agreement expires June 30th, how quickly can such a meeting take place so that staff actually has time to get a decent RFP together and actually get some responses in time?
I think that could be done very quickly.
Well, we could start on the RFP next week, this week and next week.
Further questions? Councilmember Kay.
My question is just a statement. No RFP can go out until we extend the current contract so that we can get beyond the 180-day threshold, and it's going to create some more issues that I don't think anyone's considered.
Any questions from council? So I have a couple audience participation, so I need a motion on the floor before we can get comments from the audience.
Move to approve resolution 2015-237.
Second.
Executive motion, Councilmember Becker.
I think staff has addressed the basics of it, and we can get on the public comment.
Councilmember Walker.
I agree.
So I have a couple people that signed up. Mark, would you like to come up first?
Hi, good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. My name is Mark Gingrich. I'm the District Manager with Murray's Disposal, one of the solid waste providers in the city of Pacific. So I was pleased to see this on the agenda tonight because, as I mentioned previously, we'd love to be involved and be able to explain some of our service options and the benefit we bring to provide service to the entire community of Pacific. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago, we've been a long-time service provider for solid waste services in a portion of your city. Our drivers take great pride in providing good service to the customers. Our customer service staff takes great pride in providing good customer service at all times. Should the agenda resolution be approved and the RFP does move forward, I'd love to share with you more information about our safety record and our local community involvement, which we could share through the RFP process. And also, we'd love to put together a competitive rate and service package for the city that would benefit both the residential subscribers and the business subscribers in this area. I know there was also the question of timing with the current franchise agreement expiring June 30th, 2015. You know, we certainly would be, open to an extension of our franchise term, whether it's through the end of the year or whatever term needs to be decided, to make sure that it's an RFP process that meets, certain 180-day requirements, and certainly gives time for staff and city attorney to draft an RFP that, meets the needs of the city fully. And so certainly, should there be any questions from council at this time or through the rest of the agenda item, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Laura Moses.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm Laura. I know I've been here before with Waste Management. We have been a service provider for the vast portion of your city for several years, and we would love to be able to provide service for your entire city. One service provider makes absolute sense for the city, and we think we have a really good track record of providing service to that size right now. In August of 2014, the city extended our franchise agreement for 10 months. By doing so, you are also obligated to extend your agreement with Murray for the same period of time. And it was our understanding that the purpose of that extension was to allow time to negotiate a new franchise agreement for the entire city with Waste Management. And so in good faith, Waste Management entered into discussions with the city about what a new contract would look like. The city spelled out a number of policy goals it was interested in achieving. It wanted the entire city to be serviced by one company. It wanted to increase recycling and decrease the effect on the environment. It wanted its waste to go into one system, the King County Solid Waste System. It wanted well-trained and professional drivers, and it wanted financial security in the rate base, especially when it came to the utility tax and the administrative fees. Waste Management is the one company that can do that for the city and provide residents and businesses with a competitive rate. In fact, we have made many great discussions and negotiation around achieving these goals and have presented to you several scenarios with potential rate outcomes based on these discussions. We believe through these negotiations we have achieved your goals. By selecting the RFP process, you will be up against the extension deadline of June 30th. The process could require time and additional money on behalf of the city, and you may not get a return as a competitive package as the one we've negotiated already. We're 95% done with that negotiation and can move it to closure and final council approval by April. We believe in the city's specifics and have invested our time and resources to your success. Please believe in Waste Management and the negotiation process that was started in good faith. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Further comments from council?
Councilman McGregor asked a question. Why do we now have two separate garbage companies working with city? This was before I even
Because when we annexed in Pierce
You did, okay.
When we annexed Pierce County, that was being provided by a Pierce County provider. Based on state law, you had to give them 7 years before you transition to the county or your company so they can prepare for that loss of revenue. And it's something that's based in state law. And we initiated contract negotiations for a single service provider about 6 years ago, and instead they chose the extension process, but we're past all extensions, and we're already beyond the ones that were outlined in contract. We're supposed to do two-year extensions, and we're past that. And, like I said, I think, we've been negotiating in good faith for our same service provider. We've been following state law and doing so, and but the 7 years is up, we're beyond that 7 years, and we should stick with what we got, not go this way.
Councilmember Snyder.
Another thing to bear in mind, we are not in compliance with our, King County commitments, so.
We thought we were gonna have this resolved within this month.
Yes, they are not gonna give us any more leeway, they've already made that statement.
Further comments from council? Okay, let's do a roll call, council.
Councilmember Jones?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
No.
Councilmember Olivera? Aye. Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Councilmember Steiger?
No.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Councilmember Garberding?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. We'll be meeting soon. Thank you for staying.